is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the July 9th, the fantastic Friday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Well, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what the bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on fantastic Friday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. All the U.S. indices traded to the upside. You've got the Dow up 396 points. The S&P is up 39. The NASDAQ 187. Russell's up 42. Semis 47. Tranny's 340. New York Stock Exchange 229, 118 for the composite. Wilshire's up 466. Spot volatilities. What I want you to watch or notice is the current one-day rate of change. Not just that it's $2.82, but is minus 14.84%. So those of you that listened in on the show yesterday, you knew, based upon that close, what to expect and anticipate. A bouncer bottom in the markets. Why? Well, just simply because when we take a look at that spot volatility index tool, and you can do this at home, you can do this on your charts, when we have a one-day rate of change above plus 10%, well, then we get the blue arrow on the S&P 500 chart because that typically identifies a bounce or bottom in the marketplace. Likewise, when we get a one-day rate of change below minus 10%, I don't know any other way to say that. Right now we are at a minus 14.84%, then that would get a green arrow. Now, look, we can't get the arrow up there until the end of the day, but if we do, just like the last time we had this sequence was on June 18th and on June the 21st out there. We had a blue arrow, though my blue arrow's not there. We got to put that blue arrow out there from yesterday. Sorry about that. What the heck happened there? Oh, I know. My system shut down. That's right. We had a big power surge here. This power surge is my big generator outside didn't even pick up on it right away, nor the UPS that I've got hooked up to my system. I think the NSA has fried that. But in any event out here, the green arrows or rates of change below minus 10%, just spit it out, Steve-O. That's all you got to do. Spit it out. Generate a initiation to higher price. Well, those are the messages of the markets of the spot volatility index. Now, if we go take a look at that advanced decline oscillator inside the New York Stock Exchange, we pointed this out yesterday as well, and that was because it was trading down at the minus 150 level. The actual close yesterday, and this is the difference between the 39 and 19-day exponential moving average of the advanced decline line. That's what the advanced decline oscillator is. Its closing yesterday was minus 149.97. We get into that minus 150 level. We talked about this again yesterday. Last time we were down there was on June 18th. We saw the bottom. Then prior to that, it was back on May the 12th. Then we go back here to March the 24th. And you're going to see, as you do this with your charting tools out there, you're going to say, whoa, Steve-O, really? Is it that easy? Well, it is and it isn't. Doesn't mean that just because we got to the minus 150 that it's going to stop right there. So we need to look for other patterns that are going on inside the equity futures contracts to see that. And sometimes the bottom can be formed. If you take a look at these red arrows, or red lines, I should say, with price moving lower, but the advanced decline oscillator actually making higher bottoms out there. That's another great tell. But it's really those two patterns that are associated with bottoms out there. And so it's not unusual to see what the activity that we see today. The question becomes, is this just kind of like a counter trend rally into resistance levels? And to answer that question, we go back, we take a look at those market profiles and see what they're communicating to us. And we begin by taking a look at the ES Mini. Yesterday, we discussed the fact that there was a new profile attempting to form. We were using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool. And in fact, that took hold just as it was supposed to, or was supposed to. I don't know whether it's supposed to or not. But in any event, it's a bullish structured profile. So your support area, 42.73 to 42.82. Resistance, 43.53. Already been tested. So if this is like the end of the show, not the end of this show, but the end of the rally portion of the show, this is where it should happen, right here and right now. The problem with with that is that the NQ is saying, yeah, maybe not, because price is above a bearish structured profile that formed yesterday. And you had a close above it yesterday and a close above it. Well, we don't know if it's close above it today, but right now you're trading well above that level out there. And so that's bullish. And even though there's a top out there, and in fact, the NQ has to clear the high from a few days ago. That high, by the way, is going to be 14,883.75. So it doesn't get out of Dodge until it closes above that level. But it is not very bearish looking, that's for sure. We take a look at the Dow. It looks like the Dow is going to go make a run for its resistance area. That's its topping pattern, and that's on May the 10th out there. There is a TD9 count top, and if price closes above the high of July 6th, 34,755, that almost assures us that we're going to get up to the high from May 10th. That high 34,895. Now, that's not like there's a gigantic price difference between those two, but that's its signal. The Russell 2000 back inside its daily profile, so no reason for it to not get up to the 2290 area. Let's go look at the short-term time frame charts, because they will assist us with regard to what the market's intent is, perhaps for the rest of the day. And what I mean by that, we're going to look at the 30-minute time frame chart. So let's begin by taking a look at the ES Mini. So in the case of the ES Mini, we know on a daily basis, price is up at resistance, top of the daily profile. What we also know is while price was doing that, it was forming a TD9 count. So on a short-term time frame, you've got a topping signal. Is a type of topping signal to suggest you jump on the short train? Stevie would say no, not yet. Why? Because price is above the oscillator and change line. We'll call that 43.48, 43.47. Unless price may pull back to that level, and it should pull back to that level. Or maybe the oscillator and change line is going to rise here over the next hour or so. But not until price gets down below that level would it signal at least you've got some type of retracement going on. At this stage here, just a TD9 count, maybe it's going to get back to that first level of support, that oscillator and change line. So you're going to want to watch this because if price is able to get below 43.48, you can see 43.26. So resistance on the daily, topping signal. In fact, you've got also TD9 breakdown resistance at the 43.52 area. So a lot of resistance up here. And now what price has to do is actually close below some key resistance or key support levels, the first one being the oscillator and change line. If we take a look at the NQ, no topping signal here. The only thing that we've got from a signal standpoint is price has made its way back to its second TD9 breakdown area, and that's at 14,819. So you can see how prices stop there, but only bar number 5 of a TD9 count. I don't even have an A to B equals CD pattern. Although I can't draw it in on this screen, I certainly can draw the line from the A to B point, and then I just copy that and select that to the C point out there, and that says about 14,860. So I don't see an A to B equals CD. That's completed. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back. So we're looking at the 30-minute time frame charts for the equity future contract. We've covered the ES and the NQ. The ES has a topping pattern. The NQ does not. The NQ did stop where it did because price got up to the TD9 breakdown resistance level of 14,819. Now let's finish this off by taking a look at the Dow and the Russell 2000. Start with the Russell 2000 because its message is bullish. And what I mean by that is as we were coming on the air, right at 1 o'clock, what price was doing was it was taking out its TD9 count top that had formed at 1230. Price closed above that. That tells us about a strong momentum move to the upside. Its price target to the upside, or it should be its next TD9 breakdown level, and that's at the 2278, your 2269. So about another 9-10 points higher from where we're trading right now. Now, the only thing that could get in the way is if a bearish reversal candle forms. There is a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that was triggered. That's what formed the bottom. That could form the top. Do we have a bearish reversal candle now? We do not. So you have to go with its signal. Its signal is Russell 2000. Hey, I don't care what the ES Mini is showing. It's saying I want to go up to that 2278 level out here. And if the Russell is going to move higher, it makes you wonder, are the other indices also going to follow suit? When we take a look at the Dow has a TD9 count top as well. It's also trying to form a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, but it would also need a bearish reversal candle and a close below the oscillator and change line, currently printing at 34,694. So you've got the TD9 count top, and that says if you see a close above today's high would be 34,754. There are some people that might want to try to take a short going into the close. You would definitely not do well. You might do it, but the charts would be saying, hey, if you close above 34,772, don't do it. Not a good move out there because that pattern will have failed. So the short-term time frames, we do have topping signals on the ES, on the YM, not on the NQ, not on the Russell 2000. Kind of a mixed bag out there. So that's where we're at. let's go to some questions out here. And the first one is coming in from Mimi. Mimi wants to take a look at a couple of instruments. The first one is COP. I believe that is ConocoPhillips out here. And Mimi just says, give your thoughts. So as we take a look at ConocoPhillips, it's just consolidating with inside its daily profile. That price range, Mimi, is 57.97 all the way up to the 61.86 level. The weekly chart looks bullish. Prices tested and rejected the top of that profile. Prices above the oh, wait a minute here. I need to switch my screens. That would be nice. Then that way you could see ConocoPhillips. So there we go. Let's pull this over here. Okay, perfect. Now let me get to my other screens. Give me a moment out here. So here, you're looking at the daily. You can see the daily profile. It's bearish in structure. Prices consolidating within it. On the weekly, prices above the top, and on the monthly, prices above all profile levels. So let's go take a look at ConocoPhillips, and let's take a look at the daily time frame out here. And on the daily time frame, what do we see? We see wave number 7. That is letter G. That's what formed the top. Prices pulling back to support. The key level here, Mimi, 57.05. I don't know if you're in it. You're trying to get in it. If price closed below 57.05 would be a signal of a change in trend. Otherwise, it's just consolidated with inside that daily profile. So I hope that helps you out. I know you had 2 requests, so let's go to your second one. And the second one was Freeport-McMoRan. FCX is the ticker symbol. So what I've done here is I pulled over this chart because when you do a trade or invest in Freeport-McMoRan, you should know that you're really trading the Australian dollar. I believe you're trading the Australian dollar more than you are the actual company out here. And there's I don't have the actual correlation screen up for some reason. I don't know why I don't. But you can see the chart. You can see the chart panel. The bottom is FCX. The top is the Australian dollar. Okay, so that being said, let's just pull over the FCX chart. Freeport-McMoRan has generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, and it's doing that right now today, because we have a gap to the upside, a rising window. Price is above its oscillator and change line, so that is short-term bullish out here. You can see that we haven't been above the oscillator and change line since June 1st. And today is July the 9th. So as long as price closes above this, Mimi, and this being 36.32, this is suggesting a move up to 38.82. And then if price can take out that resistance level, 42.52. But if your question was, Stevie, I'd like to buy FCX, do you concur? The answer is yes, because it has generated that signal. And obviously we saw the Australian dollar moving higher. Now, what is the Australian dollar doing? Has it generated a similar type of a bottoming signal? Let's go find out on the daily basis what the Aussie dollar is doing. So here, although we don't have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, I clearly see the A to B equals CD. Well, let me just draw it in here. So our A point out here, I'm just going to draw on the line. So our A point's about there. Our B point's down here around April 1st. I'm just going to go ahead and copy that, copy it, paste it, grab one, bring it over. And so we can see you've got an A to B equals CD that had completed. You had a bull sash candle that had formed back here on July 2nd. But price, well, was really struggled with that oscillator and change line. You can see right now you're just slightly above that level. So you do have the A to B equals CD pattern inside the Australian dollar to suggest, okay, so FCX is a buy. It's that simple. And I hope that helps you out, Mimi. Thanks so much for writing in. And of course, all of you listening in, that it was only for Mimi. You cannot go take a long trade in FCX. That's just hers. Of course. Let's go take a look at James. James has a question about BLL. I think, yeah, BLL. And so let me get that fired up on my other charts. Let's come back here to our 3 time frames. And BLL, no, not BKLL, BLL. And James' question, what are your thoughts on BLL? I'd like to start a small position. I see it's a TD4 with very high volume. Pullback today. Okay, so this had nice move yesterday. Wide price spread, accelerated volume. Today's pullback is on light volume. Yeah, he said very light volume out there. So the question is, can we find some type of price target for James? So what BLL did was it also completed an A to B equals CD. So I'd really want to see what today's candle looks like. So that A to B equals CD pattern, you had your A point down here on June 18th. You had your B point out here on June 25th, and your C point was the low from June 30th, and this completed the 1-to-1 yesterday. Now, if it generates a bearish reversal candle out here, James, that would be saying you don't want to buy this now. You want to buy this as price comes back to some kind of support level. And so where are those support levels? Well, the first one is going to basically be the top of the profile, which is lining up with its oscillator and change line in the 81.67, 81.89 area. So that could be a buy point level. Let's look at short-term time frame charts. So on the 30-minute, let's get to the 30-minute. What was it doing? So all I see on the 30-minute is an A to B equals a TD9 count. Huh, there you go. So you got a TD9 count top on a 30-minute time frame chart. Price is below the bottom of its profile. There's no bottom signal here. This is suggesting, James, that price could pull back to $82.16 out there. So you're going to sit tight on this for sure. On a 65-minute chart, what do I have? Not much, but price is below the bottom of that profile. That says sit tight, James. The 130-minute chart says 83.89, could be a level of support. The 195 says 83.30, could be a level of support. That really just says to me, go back, watch those 30-minute time frames and look for some type of bottoming pattern and signal there. We don't have it as we speak. And that says 82.16 might be your entry point. A ticker symbol BLL. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets, but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Chart allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back. Dow's up 414, S&P 42 points out here. Let's go to our next question, the only one we've got in the queue at the moment. This one coming in from Brent in Martinez, California. Brent wants to take a look at your long coin, COIN, with a call option. Would appreciate our analysis, what levels of support and resistance to be watching for, and so on. So let's go take a look at coin. So coin has not, this is Coinbase, has not traded long enough to establish much in the way of, well, no profile levels for weekly or monthly time frame. We do have two profile levels that have formed on the daily time frame, and right now price is above the top of that profile, which is 235.96. So old resistance could become new support. That would be 235.96. Let's see if we've got anything else on my other charts out here. Today, price is pushing into a swing point. You asked me my thoughts. The swing point will be June 29th. That had volume there of 7.8 million shares. You're into a 2.8. So not likely to take that out, but a close inside that swing point may get a test of the top. So no real conviction behind that move. On the daily time frame out here, the low was formed with a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. So that much we know. What is price doing? Well, price right now is above the only resistance level, which would be 244.71, which is a TD9 breakdown resistance area, your 255.60. So from that standpoint, Brent, it looks okay. But as you can see, just not a lot of data here to really generate a whole lot. So it means we almost have to go down and look at shorter-term time frame charts like, I don't know, maybe the 65-minute chart. Okay, so on the 65-minute chart, here we go. Now we're starting to see some patterns. A TD9 count top, bar number 8, led to a TD9 count bottom, the bar following bar number 9. Now you've got an A to B equals CD, so to speak. Looks like price is going to make a run for that 260 level out here, based on what we're looking at for the 65-minute time frame. You want a resistance and support, so resistance on the 65 is going to be that high of 261.15. And support right now, 243, 240, 237, and an ultimate support would be 223.48. Remember, we're looking at a 65-minute time frame chart. And I just don't see anything else out here, Brent, to assist you. I wish I could come up with something. It's just not there because of the lack of data. So thanks so much for writing in. Hope that helps you out, and have a great weekend. So that's it for all the questions, folks. Yeah, that's it for all the questions. There's nothing, I believe, inside the Tiger's Den. So if you do have a question inside the Tiger's Den, be kind enough to go ahead and post that. We'll certainly take a look at whatever instrument it is that you're looking at. In the meantime, let's go take a look at gold, the U.S. dollar index, so on and so forth. So to do that, let's go look at, what do we want to look at? Let's let me try to keep it on this one screen here. So on this screen, we can look at gold, silver, and the U.S. dollar. Left-hand panel is gold. Here's what we know. Right now, price is trading above the top of its profile, 1804. 2 consecutive closes above that, well, then what we're looking for is a run to 1870. In the case of silver, consolidating with inside its daily profile. Perhaps it's going to make it, was not able to bust out the lows or the bottom of that profile. If you can't bust out the bottom, maybe it'll try to bust out the top. Resistance, 2690. U.S. dollar index supports all of that. Why does it support that? Well, because in the U.S. dollar index, it has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, not shown here, but that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, the first one actually formed out here on July 2nd. And then what we had is on the trading day of July 7th, that was bar 8 of a TD9 count. So we have in the U.S. dollar index 2 topping signals. Is that a big deal? No. The big deal is that we have those 2 topping signals, prices back inside its daily profile, very likely headed to 91.89 and 91.64. That's because it's a bullish structured daily profile inside the U.S. dollar index. And if it moves lower, theoretically, we should see gold move higher. But really, for gold to move higher, it needs to be moving higher in all of the major currencies. Right now, today, you've got gold above yesterday's close in dollars, but it's not above yesterday's, it is above yesterday's close in euros, just above yesterday's close in yen, and but it's not above yesterday's close in terms of pounds out here. So it doesn't look like gold is going to make a gigantic move out here, but the U.S. dollar index most certainly supports gold moving higher. You just need to see gold moving higher in all the major currencies to really provide full support. Terry says, if you're looking at gold and silver, can you look at the GDX and SIL? Absolutely. So if we go take a look at the GDX, what you're really looking for here is some type of bullish reversal candle. And the reason you're looking at that, let me get another chart here up. Give me a moment so I can pull this chart over. Where did I put that chart? Where did I put that chart? Here we go, radio show charts. Give me a moment here. So the GDX. So in the case of the GDX, here we go. So that's not working. What the heck? Okay, here we go. So now we take a look at the GDX. You've just got an inside bar today. So your positive, this is for Terry, your positive would be that price is above a red oscillator and change line, 34.21. If it doesn't close above that, Terry, you don't want to be in you don't have a buy signal inside the GDX. I don't know if you're already long it or you're looking to get into it or what it might be, but you've got the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. What you really want to see here is some type of bullish reversal candle. And we just don't have that. Price is below the bottom of that daily profile out here. It just suggests caution. You also wanted to look at what is SIL? So SIL, is that the ETF for silver? I thought that was SLV, so I'm not sure what SIL is. But if we take a look at SIL, whatever this instrument is, really the same setup here. You've got an inside bar, Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal that is triggered. Thank you, Terry. So it's the silver miners. It too, and you can see price below the oscillator and change line and the bottom of its daily profile. It's not that a bottom couldn't have formed out here. I'm just saying we don't have the confirmation. And with these signals, it's just nice to wait for that confirmation. So that would be my suggestion to you, is wait for those bullish candles to show up inside the GDX and SIL in order to take a long position there. So I hope that helps you out. We got a caller on the line. It's Victor. Victor, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Yeah, just look at RIDE and TLTR. Where do you think they're going?
RIDE. Whoops, sorry. So RIDE, that's the ticker symbol we're going to look at, Lordstown Motors?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what are you doing here?
I'm itchy.
What's that?
I'm itching to buy something.
Itching to buy something. Okay. So as we take a look at this, it's trading below the bottom of its daily and weekly profiles. That's never a good thing out there. That suggests lower price. Let's go take a look at the daily and weekly time frame, see if there's any other signals out here. There's none that I have. So I think lower price is in order. I don't see any kind of a bottom signal here on the daily time frame. As I look to the weekly chart, I don't have any kind of a signal of a bottom on the weekly chart. If I look at a 30-minute time frame, yeah, I see the normal bounce out here, but price would have to close above 952 to suggest that maybe there's a change in trend. So with regard to RIDE, Victor, and I don't know where to tell you to look for the bottom. I would be waiting for a pattern. Perhaps it's a TD9 count pattern. Today's going to be bar number 6. So maybe that is Wednesday.
What's a doji? Does that mean anything?
What does a doji mean? It depends where it's at. It depends where it's at.
It's forming today.
Nope, not yet. It's got it's too much of a body in this candle. But here, you asked the question about a doji. And a doji, from a Japanese standpoint, just simply means that the market is tired. That's really the English translation for a doji. Well, a market is tired. What I found is that dojis work better at highs than they do at lows. So, and a doji is not a bullish or bearish reversal candle. It just means the market is tired.
And just give me Palantir when you get a chance. I just want you to analyze that.
Palantir, is that what you're asking for?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Hey, thanks so much for calling, Victor. We're going to a hard break. We'll take a look at Palantir when we get back from this break.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Palantir. PLTR is a ticker symbol for Victor out here. So one of the things that we talk about, so these profiles are just extraordinary tools. And one of the things that we talk about, certainly being able to identify a bullish and a bearish structured profile. In the case of the weekly chart out here, we know that it was a bullish structured profile. Now, when this bullish structured profile, it formed above price. And when a profile forms above price, it tells us about overhead supply. Now, the cool thing about this is if this move in Palantir was just a counter trend move, you've heard me say this before, so I'll say it again, is that the move will typically stop not at the bottom of a bullish structured profile, but at the center. Remember, at the bottom of a profile is where the buyers are. Just simply buyers. At the top, just simply sellers. The center line is where there are both buyers and sellers out there. And so the combination of sellers really between the $24.75 and $27 even, Stephen. So what we know so far, Victor, is that the move based upon the weekly chart, based upon the weekly TAS market profile, bear structured profile, that the move that we saw to the upside was nothing more than a counter trend move. Now on the daily chart, as price got up to that level, what signals were present? I don't know, but let's go take a look and see if any signals were present out there. Or did price just get back that resistance and turn down? Well, it turns out that it was wave number 7. Letter G, courtesy of Basil Chapman. I believe he's doing a workshop out there. You should learn the Chapman wave. Wave G, wave number 7 is just a 1/1,000,000th of the actual set of tools that Basil teaches out there. But it did get to that wave number 7. That's what Stevie likes to refer to as that 7th wave move, and it has backed off. So it's a topping or a bottoming signal out here. In fact, at the bottom, it was also wave number 7 in the TD9 on the daily time frame. Price has broken through its first breakout level of 23.44. Today's going to become bar number 7 of a TD9 count. Maybe this bottoms with a TD9 count around the 21.28 level, Victor. If you're in it, then stay in it. I guess I would say at this stage here, but close it out if price gets below 21.28. You're at 23.11 right now. That's a daily time frame. The weekly chart here for Palantir, like not enough data to generate any kind of real tools or information out there. So that's it, Victor. Hope that helps out with regard to PLTR. Just seeing if there's any requests inside the Tigers Den. I don't think there is. I think it was just that GDX and SIL. We'll check the email here real quickly, see if there's anything that has come in. The answer is no. I take that back. There are some questions. Oh, Hector and the fuel injectors out here. Hey, how you doing, Hector? Hector says, happy fabulous Friday. Can you please give us an update on where global capital is flowing? And is your Dow seasonal chart still spot on? Okay, so 2 questions there. Let's try to answer the last one. I'm just kidding. We're going to answer both. But let's try to answer the last one first. So is that the chart we wanted? That was not the chart we wanted. I must have gotten rid of that yesterday. So, at this stage here, let me see if I can multitask. I don't know if I'm that good at multitasking. I'm going to try to get the seasonal chart PowerPoint, right? Yeah, PowerPoint. So here's what we know about the seasonal pattern. Is that typically my as I'm trying to pull this up here, is right around May 17th or 19th is when we typically see the May high inside of the Dow. This year it happens to be May 10th. Oh, here we go. We've got it. Let me get the slideshow from the beginning. Here we go. So here's we take a look at this just to help answer Hector's question. We typically see a high around May 19th. Then we see the summer low around June 25th. And then we see the markets move up into July. So Victor's question is it still in play out here? Well, we've got the high. These don't always happen to the day. We got that topping signal inside the Dow from May 10th. We got the bottoming signal here June 18th instead of June 25th. So the only way I can really answer that question is, yeah, it does appear that this cycle is in play. The way that we'll know that for sure if we're going to make that move into the third week in July would be a close above the high of May 10th. And that's going to be 35,091. And if we get above that, then that would say, yeah, we should move higher into that July time frame. We're in July, so it's another couple weeks to the upside. And then don't forget, then that is when things can get really rocking and rolling to the downside. So what the markets are doing right now, I'm asking you the question. I'm posing it to you folks in the den that are taking a look at this chart, taking a look at the Dow action out here. Answer Hector's question. Is the Dow basically following along the seasonal cycle? And at this stage here, I believe the answer is yes. Now, the next question that you had, or the first question that you had, is what is global capital doing? And as we take a look at global capital, as we get to that chart out here, where is it? It's not there. It's not there. Where is it? Here it is. So it's 25 weeks since the beginning of the year. And so what you're seeing in the ROC, rate of change, 25 weeks, and you can see the rates of change for the Dow futures, the Dow equity future contract. You can see a price or the rate of change in dollars, followed by euros, followed by yen, followed by pounds. If you're in Japan, you're loving it because you're up 20%. Because it's taken into account, obviously, the currency, right? Because we've got floating currencies out here. So we want to understand, is something moving higher or lower just because of the currency? Is it leading the pack? And here, no, but it does have an impact most certainly. But the Dow, Hector, has a similar rate of change as the DAX does. So we can only conclude that money is flowing into Germany, money is flowing into the U.S., and a little bit of money is flowing into Australia. It's up about 8% in U.S. dollars versus 14% for the for the Dow and for the DAX. It's certainly not flowing into the Nikkei. It's certainly not flowing into the Hang Seng. It's certainly not flowing into emerging markets. It's certainly not flowing into the Shanghai. It's not flowing into the FTSE. It's not flowing into gold. It's not flowing into treasury bonds out here. So since the beginning of the year, the big rate of changes have come from the commodity index. No surprise there. Has come from light sweet crude. Not really a gigantic surprise there. Nice job, Biden administration. So yeah, there is a global flow of capital that is certainly coming into the U.S. So that's what those charts show us, Hector. I hope that gave you the information that you were looking for. Thanks so much for writing in. We've got a question out here from a Jeff. Jeff says, would love to hear how you determine where to place your stops. Jeff, that is the easiest, peasiest thing. It's really all part of position sizing, and it's an excellent question. So let's take a look at, what did I say had a buy in it? What did we see? FCX. So let's go to FCX. Let's put together the trade for FCX. And to do that, I'm going to open up I'm going to open up a spreadsheet. So to do that, here's the first thing I want you to know, because we're going to go to a hard break in about 20 seconds. The very bottom panel of my chart is the rate of change. No, I got the wrong thing down there. Hold on a minute. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question by getting the chart set up properly as we go into the break, because what we want to know is the average true range, not the rate of change out here. So for FCX, we want to know what the 10-day average true range is, and I'll tell you what that is in a second here. That average true range is $1.55. That's what we're going to begin with to make a determination of how wide our stop should be. We're going to multiply that times the Fibonacci expansion number, 1.27 or 1.68. Steve Rhodes, TFNN.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So what we're going to do here during this last 2 minutes is we're going to talk about position sizing. The question came in from Jeff, and his question was he'd like to know how I determine where to place a stop. It's very mathematical. And so position sizing is the most important element that you can learn in trading and investing. What it will help you do is not get over leveraged. That's usually the thing that blows people up. We see that happen all the time inside these different markets out here. So to answer that question first, in order to calculate the stop, the very first thing that we start with is the average true range. And I like to take a look at the last 10 days. In the case of FCX, because it's given us a buy signal today, the average true range over the last 10 days is $1.55. Now, I multiply that times 1.618, and that gives me my size of the stop, which is $2.50. So that's the first element. The second element is risk. How much are we going to risk? Well, all you really need to risk is 1% of your total free trading capital. So for every $10,000, 1% is $100. We take that $100, we divide that by our stop, which is $2.50, and that tells us our position size. So now you've got your stop size, which is going to be $2.50 below the entry price. Right now, that would be at about $36.51. So it's going to be somewhere stop around $34. Don't quote, do the math out there. I'm just rounding in my head, if you will. And what's interesting, so that would be where you'd put your stop. The only other possibility of changing stop is you then go back to the chart and say, okay, well, where's that put me? In this case here, $34 is below the bottom of the daily profile, so that's good. Secondly, the other place where you could put is below the low then of July 8th. But that'll reduce the number of shares. By the way, on a position size, that's about 40 shares, if I'm correct there, and 250 divided by $100. I think it's somewhere right around there. So, Jeff, that's how you figure out your stops. That's how you do position sizing. And that's a good way to end the week. So, folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned. There's 2 more great hours up next. David White, Power Trading Hour. Tom O'Brien will bring us on home. I'll be back with you on Magnificent, Marvelous Monday. Have a fantastic weekend, folks. Be safe out there.